So I've kind of wanted to do these videos before throughout the whole entire year and just never actually kind of got around to doing it, and that's a comparison of a remake to the original film. And the new Annie film comes out starring Quanjale Wallace and Jamie Foxx on the 1982 remake, which stars Aileen Quinn and Albert Finney. And this is just like a comparison of the two movies and what one I liked more, which one was better, which had better music in it. And so I want to kind of do these for like remakes and the original. So this is an Annie 1982 versus Annie 2014. Now I have not seen the original Annie, the 1982 version, up until the day after I saw the 2014 version. And I really liked the 2014 version of Annie, and I'll put the link down below for my review for that. And so I didn't really know what to compare it to, so that's why I think I liked it a lot. But now watching the 1982 version of Annie, I gotta say I really liked the 1982 film a lot more than the 2014 version for several different reasons. And one of the reasons is Miss Hannigan in the 1982 version, played by Carol Burnett, was a lot more scary, and the kids were intimidated by her a lot more than Cameron Diaz playing Miss Hannigan. You know, in Cameron Diaz playing her, I was on board with her during the movie. I liked her role, but she just wasn't, you know, like striked fear into the heart of the children. She kind of was just had some humor about it, and she just was jokey at times. But Carol Burnett playing Miss Hannigan 1982, there was just something about her performance that kind of even scared me. That I can see why these kids are terrified of this woman watching her, and the way she goes about like her mannerisms and talking to the kids. It's just really scary. And you know, as a kid, you know, sometimes when you see these intimidating adults, when I was younger, I was scared of some people that were like this. And so I think that Carol Burnett definitely was the better choice to play Miss Hannigan than Cameron Diaz. I did like her performance in the 2014 version, but Carol Burnett definitely was the better choice for Miss Hannigan. Now with the main lead, the guy who's watching the child, Daddy Warbucks, in the 1982 version, and then you have Will Stacks played by Jamie Foxx. I did like the idea of these two characters, but definitely the original was a lot better. He seemed to hate children a lot more than Jamie Foxx did. Jamie Foxx seemed to open up a little bit more towards Annie, but I liked that in the 1982 version, Daddy Warbucks, throughout the whole, like most of the film, he didn't really care for Annie, didn't want anybody in his house, and he hated a lot of people. And you can see that he had this hatred in him, and just was trying to push people away a lot. But Jamie Foxx was open up to a lot of different things. And I think with Daddy Warbucks in the 1982 version, it was a lot more meaningful when he started to care for Annie. I did like some things in the performance from Jamie Foxx, some things he did for Annie, like wanting her to learn to read, and just little things here and there to show that he did care for her. But it was a lot more meaningful when Daddy Warbucks started to care for her, because you can clearly tell that he had this hatred for young kids, and a lot of people that are around him. He was yelling a lot, he was sinister, but when he started to care for her, it was actually really sweet. The original Annie actually felt like more of a musical than the new version did. The new version had this modern take on it with this upbeat music, which I did really like. I liked all of the songs in here that they covered. Most of them were from the original, and they just had like this own different style of lyrics and modernized version to it with upbeat tone. But the way that the original was handled, it definitely did feel like more of a musical, even though that this new version was filled with music. There was just something about the cast and the style, that the way it was filmed, it felt like a musical more. Now with the main lead, Annie, you know, Quanjale Wallace playing her, great job. She had a lot of fun with it. But there was just something about the younger version of it. The original version, Annie, played by Aileen Quinn, it was something special. She cared a lot about people. She was tough as nails. She wasn't afraid to get into a fight with street rat kids and fighting them for her dog Sandy. And I just really liked this young girl. Her performance was really well done. She was tough, didn't care what she got herself into. She was sweet at times and so nice and had these nice manners. Quvenzhané Wallis at times had manners and everything, but she was a lot of times jokey at times and a smart ass a little bit. But I really liked the young original version of Annie with her red hair. It was sweet and she was tough, and it was all around just an overall cute performance from her. So I did like both of the films, the 2014 and the 1982 film. For the first time, the first Annie I ever saw was the 2014 version, and going back and then going on Netflix and watching the 1982 version because I wanted to kind of compare them. And I actually, like I said, I liked the 1982 version more. It felt like more of a musical. It was more meaningful. The cast did a better job. And there was a little bit more to the story, and it was more dark at times, especially with Tim Curry's role. Towards the end, it was dark and what he was willing to do. The jokes in here were kind of similar to the 2014 version. They seemed to throw in some innuendos and some adult jokes in there in both of the versions, which I did like, especially for Miss Hannigan. They kind of switched her role a little bit with people that were liking her in the new one, and then her liking people in the older one. So there was some kind of sexual tension in both the roles. So I think adults can appreciate some of these jokes in here as well. If I had to choose the 1982 version or the 2014 version, I think I definitely would choose the 1982 version of Annie. It felt more personal and it felt more like a musical. So this is just a comparison video of the two movies, the original and the remake of Annie. I'm going to try to do this when there is another remake coming out. I can compare it to the original, and I think it would just be fun to do this little video. So this Just Watch Movies with a comparison of the 1982 version of Annie and the 2014 version of Annie.